Hi Virgo, welcome to your December 2022 Taroscope with me, Raphael from Reydiant Reality. It's an absolute pleasure to have you. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you so much for joining me. Quick note, these readings are for your sun, moon and ascendant sign. So whether you're a sun, moon or rising sign Virgo, this is for you. And I always advise that you watch all three to get a clearer, more complete picture of how they're going to speak to you. With that said, remember they are general readings. Not everything's going to resonate with everybody, and that is just fine. You should always use your own discernment. Before we start, as always, I would like to bless my decks of cards with all forms of love, light, peace, prosperity and abundance. And I pray that the messages that come through are ultimately clear and concise. They help you on your path to your highest vibrational good. So for your actions and interactions with the world at large over the course of 2022, or should I say December of 2022, you have... Oh wow, look at that, right? You got the 10 of Pentacles, so very focused on home, property, finances and money this month. It does feel for me like a lot of you are consolidating something though, whether this is knowledge, whether it's an understanding, whether it's even a body of work or knowledge. Like there's something that you're consolidating this month. It's like you're bringing something together, maybe all different or separate pieces of something, and it's like, no, it's finally ready. So you're doing this, right? You're pulling all these bits and pieces back into the fold, right? All of these realizations, maybe all bits and pieces of a secret project, not like a secret. For some of you as well, it's really weird because I'm seeing like, you know, when you see like those books of quotes and stuff, I feel like a lot of you are working on things like this, and the sign is like blinding me right now. I feel like a lot of you are working on something like this, right? It's like something that, what's the word that I'm looking for? It's like, you know, like you've got loads of quotes just written in different places, or lots of little notes or voice notes, and it's like you're pulling all these pieces together and they're now starting to really kind of come together in one cohesive sort of body of work, idea, presentation. You know, for some of you as well, maybe you're consolidating something for a presentation that you're going to share with the world. This could be great when it comes to your finances and your money. It looks like you're very focused on that, right? So what am I doing with my money? What am I doing with my resources? Am I getting what I've paid for? It looks like a lot of you are asking yourself that question this month. And you know, you're very focused on making sure you can extract the exquisite goods out of whatever it is that you've purchased. So nice. For your communications and conversations, you've got the Ace of Wands. For a lot of you, you've got a pen in hand, or maybe your fingers at the laptop or the keyboard, whatever it might be. There's a lot of focus here on writing, speaking, collaborating, connecting information, creating something. Some of you, this will be with a paintbrush. Some of you are writing songs. Others are writing books or manuscripts. Whatever you're working on at this moment in time, I feel like you are really getting into your creativity and your creative juices are flowing. There could be a lot as well. For some of you, maybe you're doing something around genealogy, but it's not necessarily like you're just looking at your family tree. Maybe you're building or creating like an artwork from your family tree, or do you know what I mean? Like it's something like that. It's really strange, really interesting, but also really strange. The other thing with that Ace of Wands as well, you're going to laugh a lot this month. You are going to, like, there's just going to be so much laughter. And after what's been a bit of a tumultuous year for you guys, you know, there's been a lot of ups and downs in the Virgo reads. And this month, I kind of feel like you're just like, you know what, that's cool. I can laugh it all off. Great. For your heart and half, you've got the Empress. I mean, save some of the good stuff for everyone else, right? You've got this with the Empress. For those of you that are partnered, how do I say this without sounding too sort of, you know, smutty? It's going to be a good month, right? If you're partnered, married or in long-term commitment, you guys are committed to being committed is probably what I will say. That the Ace of Wands with the Empress, that is sexy, it's steamy, it is connective, it's sensual, it's fun, it's laughter, it's joy, and it's kind of like the experience that lingers. Do you know what I mean? It's like, you know, when you've enjoyed your partner's company and you get the thoughts and the afterglow, let's say. This could absolutely be that. I mean, there could be indulgence in all kinds of things this month. For those of you that are single, honey, if you don't get it, you just don't want it, is probably the easiest way to put it. There's a lot of, I mean, the energy that you are giving off this month is sensual, it's sexual, it is enjoyable, and it's kind of like, and it's not like in a, you know, I'm like, it's not kind of like in a, it's not in that way, like it's not smutty or slutty or anything like that. And guys can be sluts too, before anybody starts getting on the I can't believe you just said that. But do you know what I mean? It's like, whatever the case may be, it's kind of like you're, you know, kind of like this, you're gloving, right? You're just gonna feel this kind of like internal, yeah, I'm feeling myself, right? Like you're just in that. Relationship is good this month, really good. For your heart and for your money and materials, you've got the 9 of Pentacles. This is enjoying the fruits of your hard work, your hard labor. This is sitting back and kind of saying, you know what, toasting to the year that I've had, to the success that I've enjoyed, to the wonderful things that are happening, to the connections, the collaborations, all of the marvelous things that I have in my life. You are enjoying the material and the sensual pleasures of life this month. You absolutely are. That 9 of Pentacles does suggest that you are gearing up for some very hard work in the new year. But I really love this for you, for the here and now, because actually this card represents Venus in Virgo. So that's really nice, right? And interestingly enough, the 10 of Pentacles is Mercury in Virgo, which is obviously where Mercury is exalted. So, right, like all in all, this is a really, like, look at this month. Okay, so let's get into your weeks of the month. Now, before we get into this, I just want to say my annual winter solstice alignment activation session is going ahead. As always, if you've been with me long enough, you know every year around this time on the 21st of December, I put out a winter solstice session. This year it's on the 21st of December at 7 p.m. UK time. It's going to be a lot of fun. I've got 2 very special guests that I can't wait for you guys to see and to meet. One of them has already been a part of the winter solstice for some time now, and we always manage to bring you some new and exciting and novel ways of looking at things that you're not going to get anywhere else. Now, we're going to be talking about numerology. We're going to be talking about astrology. Yes, I did say I have 2 guests. So one of them, you know who they are. Another one you don't just yet, and I can't wait for you to find out. We're going to be talking about the human design of 2023 and how that's going to be affecting us all. On top of that, we're going to be tapping into the magic of the solstice itself. And as if that wasn't enough, you're also going to be, for yours truly, I'm going to shoot you off into the future with an FLP session, Future Life Progression, so that you can see what your 2023 looks like, what months are going to be the great months for you, what maybe you need to sidestep. And the beauty about this is that's about your personal future. This is a session you do not want to miss. And yes, there will be a recording. For those of you that came last year, you know I had a tech glitch. Don't worry, I have fixed that this year as well. So if you want to get your seat and you want to come along, you can get that on the link in the description box below. It's £33.33. It would be lovely to have you. For your first week of the month, you have the Hanged Man card, right? So look, you're making big moves. You are collating and collecting and utilizing data. You're pulling everything that you need together. That Hanged Man is basically just saying, take your time with it. You have time, all right? You don't need to rush anything. You don't need to force anything. Everything that you need is absolutely available to you, and it will continue to make itself available to you. The one thing that I will say to you is it does look like some of you are maybe having to give up some of the space in your home this week. So what I mean by this is, You could, you know, maybe a friend contacts you and says, look, I need a place to stay for a week. Or, you know, maybe your parents say, oh, we've got no more space for this, this and this at our place. We need to leave it with you. There's something about this where you're sacrificing or giving up or surrendering something to do with your home, and it feels like it's going to be space. So you might have maybe not an unwanted guest, but and not even an uninvited one, but an unintended guest, right? So in the first week of the month, maybe you've got unintended guests. For your second week of the month, you have the Sun card with the Ace of Wands. This is, I mean, look at that, right? That's stunning. Absolute, like, this is, I mean, pay attention to some of the conversations and the offers that are put forward to you in this second week of December. This is around that full moon. What I love most about this is it's fun, it's light-hearted, there's so much laughter here, there's such a, I was going to say warm glow, and I don't mean that as a pun, but like, right, I've been doing it, like, I got to this reading, and only now, this day, and if I tell you, if you're here in the UK, this day started out very dark, very grey, very dreary, and very wet. And all of a sudden, for you, your reading and all of this, the sun has started to shine. So I'm absolutely here for it. I think this is going to be a beautiful month for you guys. I really do. Very happy with this. And whatever you're working on behind the scenes, it really does. It's got the best, like the best start that it could possibly have. All right. For your third week of the month, you have the Devil card. Okay. So look. If you're ever going to overindulge, it's going to be at this time, right? The holiday period, the festive period, this is that moment for sure. With the Empress here, it's just like you're overindulging on everything. You're overindulging in the love department. You're overindulging in wine, alcohol, food, like literally. But, you know, if you can't do it at this time of the year, when can you? All that aside, because you do have this with the Empress, I'm going to say for those of you that are single, if you're going to play the field, stay single. All right, that's the just to sober it up a little bit here. If you're going to play the field, then, you know, keep it at, like, you know, I'm single. I don't want to, you know, make this a thing. If you're happy to keep it casual or whatever, like, be really upfront about what is on offer. All right, for those of you that are partnered, married, or in long-term commitments, overindulgence. All right, for your fourth week of the month, you've got the Star card with the Nine of Pentacles. Absolutely stunning, right? Like, I mean, look, this is future rewards that are being sown now, but you're getting a little taster. So whatever 2023 has in store for you financially, in terms of work, in terms of your creative ideas and endeavors, you're getting a little taste of it here. You're getting like a little glimpse into the future where it's like, okay, this is what this is likely to look like, and I'm here for it. The recognition, the resources, the finance bump from the boss, all of those things, highly, highly favored. Very, very exciting. So remember, when I'm talking about your moons, I'm going from your ascendant first, to a lesser degree, but still very relevant, your sun and your moon. Now, the full moon, we're going to start with the full moon because the full moon is on the 8th of December. I always like to, with any lunar event, I always pay attention to the day before, the day of, and the day after, whatever it is, whether it's a normal new moon, a normal full moon, a full moon eclipse, or a new moon solar eclipse, whichever it is, those 3 days, that is the window of activation as far as I'm concerned. And so that's where I really put my focus to see, okay, what's coming in here, what's being set into motion, how is this showing up? For you, this is taking, so the full moon in Gemini for you is taking place in your 10th house of career. This is about you, your public status, how you show yourself to the world, how people know you. When they say your name and it conjures up an image, that is your 10th house, right? How you share your knowledge with the world, your legacy, the things that you are leaving behind. This is about your career. It's about your status. If you're single, you could probably, you know, become partnered. If you're already partnered, maybe you become single, maybe you become a parent, maybe you become a husband, a wife. You know, there's so many ways for a relationship to change, and when your relationship changes, your status changes. You know, you go from a sir to a mister, or do you know what I mean? Like all of that kind of stuff. For your full moon message, look at that, right? You got the gate 31 and leadership, and the message behind this card isn't just about leadership, it's about acknowledging that you have a duty to your people or your tribe, and you taking on that mantle. This full moon, I think, is going to really show you or highlight to you what you are here for now, what your current purpose is, what the next thing that you're working towards as a purpose is going to be. I love it. I think this full moon is going to be very nice to you guys. Remember, it is kind of close to that Mars retrograde, but hey, listen, we're going to take the goodness when we can get it. Speaking of goodness, the Capricorn new moon on the 23rd of December is absolutely stunning, right? And this is a gorgeous energy. You want to milk this. You absolutely do. When I saw the chart for this new moon, I was like, okay, this is the reward. After what's been a really topsy-turvy up and down year, this is the reward. This is where the universe kind of says, yeah, I know I've kind of put you all through it. Let me give you this, right? And obviously a new moon is a time to sow seeds, set intentions, plant seeds of intentions, set things into motion, right? This is a good time to do that. And this new moon in particular, for you personally, the new moon is taking place in your 5th house. Pleasure, romance, sex, sensuality, your children, your creative project. Oh my gosh. If you don't use this new moon, I'm going to come out there and scoop up the energy that you don't use, right? This new moon, you got to use it. You really do. If you don't have children and you want children, set intentions for that. If you don't have a creative project, but you've always had that book that you wanted to write, this is the time to use it, right? This really set this into motion. Your new moon message... Your new moon message is the gate 43 and ahead. And I always love this card. I remember when Denise was designing these cards, she sent me an email with the picture for this specific card. And she said, this is, when I think of you, this is what I see. And the message behind this card is, it's about knowing what the next big thing is going to be before it is even anything, right? So this is, let's say you're the person that had the idea for the fidget spinners. Probably should have got a patent for that, but you know, the story unfolds. So this new moon is giving you a glimpse at how something that you're working on, maybe something to do with your legacy, or maybe something to do with your career even, something that you are loving to work on. It's like you feel that, yes, there's something here, I'm loving this, I'm enjoying it, but it's like, you know, somewhere in the depths of yourself, you know, this is going to be huge and it's going to be amazing, right? Hold on to that joy and that optimism. Use that Virgo new moon, all right? And pay attention to what shows up the day before, the day of, and the day after. That's the window, all right? With that said, whether you do or don't celebrate, whatever you do or don't celebrate, whether you celebrate Yule, Hanukkah, Kwanzaa, Christmas, from my heart to yours, I just want to say a massive thank you so much for all of your support, for all of your comments, your likes, shares, subscribes, everything over the course of this year and beyond. It would be amazing to have you along for the winter solstice session. You'll be seeing that all over my socials soon. Have a fantastic holiday season, a wonderful new year. Take care, and I will see you then.